My world crumbled around me last night.
Let's talk about that.
I'm Rebecca.
And I'm Leslie.
We're from Chicago, Illinois. Good Mythical Morning.
Good Mythical Morning.
Today's episode is brought to you by the RhettandLink.com/store, where you can pick up merch, including merch. Should I say merch?
Yes.
Sounds a little pretentious.
Well,
Stuff. You can pick up
clothing.
Stuff like
And music.
the Good Mythical Morning t-shirt featuring the Cockatrice and a flame. You can wear it, then you see somebody on the street, they wear it, you do the mythical handshake, new friendships are formed.
Yes. And you know what? Our friendship is still forming.
Really? I thought it had solidified. Like the
show-
plates. You know how the plates in your knees,
No.
when you turn 18, they fuse, your growth plates?
Oh. Yes.
I feel like our friendship got to that point maybe 12 years ago.
And now we're kind of in like an arthritical kind of place.
We plateaued. We have plateaued.
No, I think this is opening new doors to our friendship and life in general. You know, there is a saying in life in general that when tough things happen, when the going gets tough, I don't even know what the freaking
I think it's
saying
when the
is.
going gets
When
tough, the tough get going.
That's not the one I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of the one where
When tough things happen.
When things get tough, you find out who your true friends are. Is that a saying?
No.
Well, it's a premise, right? You agree with this. Well, I'm coming up with a corollary to this premise that I guess you don't know about, or maybe no one knows about, and that is when you lose the internet, you learn about yourself.
Boy, you took a saying that doesn't exist,
Yeah.
and then you made an analogy that has nothing to do with that saying.
Right, so maybe I can
like the way you work. You're a good friend.
I'm trying. Thanks for that. We're opening new doors here. That's what happened to me last night, people. I'm learning things about myself that are dark, that I probably shouldn't be sharing.
You did wear black
in this
today.
environment. They're very dark. We're going to reveal the darkness of myself.
Really?
All right. I decided that my internet experience at home, specifically my Netflix video streaming experience at home, was not what I deserve.
Subpar.
I've been watching Netflix and it will load a little bit and I'll be into a show or something and then it'll pause.
Yeah, you can't let that
It'll stop. And then I'll wait for it to buffer some more and then it'll go some more.
How long between buffering?
Sometimes a minute, sometimes
How
5
do you
minutes.
enjoy it? How long has this happened?
Exactly. I deserve better than this, and I determined that it was because
you don't deserve better.
I deserve better. I
don't need
deserve an unbufferable video experience.
No, it would be preferable, but you don't deserve. It's not a right. Netflix is not a human right.
I'm revealing the darkness within myself. Okay. That's how I feel. So I'm going to spend whatever money it takes at Target to get a router that says Netflix on the box so that this doesn't happen anymore.
This is a relevant part of your conversation because I've talked about this with you for years because we had a router that we used at the Rhett and Link headquarters all the way back in Lillington, not even Fuquay, not here, but way back in the day in Lillington, going back like 8 years. We bought this router, and then somehow you got hold of it because we upgraded because we do the internet as a business.
I got hold of it because you didn't need it anymore, and I wasn't going to buy a new router, so I plug it in my house.
You've been using a router that is almost a decade old in the age of information, accelerating change. You fell behind like 7 years ago.
And I was going to remedy it last night. So
you know what you deserve? You deserve every bit of buffering that you've been experiencing, just to be honest with you.
Well, I'm fed up with it. I got my router. And the kid said, "Hey, let's watch a movie." I'm like, "Yes." And there's not going to be any buffering.
And they're like, "What do you mean, Dad? I thought that was part of the movie." That your kids think that buffering is a part of the entertainment experience.
So I go get the router and I'm hooking this thing up, and it's supposed to be pretty simple, and I'm supposed to know what I'm doing. Everything's working, or at least the setup process is working fine. And then all of a sudden I realize my modem, not the router, but the modem, the thing that harnesses the internet and gives it to be routed into my viewing experience, that's crapped out. You know, there's supposed to be like 4 different blinking things happening on the modem. Just a happy little, "Oh, look, I'm giving you the internet, and it's just full of entertainment and all types of great experiences."
Does yours have a voice on it?
It's as if the lights were saying that to me, the 4 lights. But I was just getting 1 light.
And this is totally coincidental. Like you're
totally
saying,
coincidental. I'm convinced of this. It has nothing to do with the router, even though I was tempted.
the modem was too of a committed relationship with your router, and they're like, "Whoa, I've been together for 8 years, and now you're gonna separate us like nothing." You can't let the modem get emotionally attached to the router. That's your mistake.
Okay, yeah, you must be right about that. Well, it was the one light was blinking, and it was like it was just winking at me, saying, "I'm going out on you. You replaced my router, and now you're gonna suffer, boy.
Change the voice.
You're gonna suffer. You're gonna suffer."
We have a menacing modem.
So for the next hour, I'm unplugging the modem, waiting 15 seconds, plugging the modem back in, watching the lights go boop, 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 boop. Oh, yeah, buddy. Nothing's changed.
Should have waited 45 seconds.
Nothing's changed here. I'm still winking at you. You're hating me.
You're scaring me a little
The
bit.
evil is growing inside of you because of your dependence on me. You see, you've been taking me for granted,
I
punk.
think you're scaring the children also.
Kids are sitting back there like, when are we going to get to watch the movie? And then it dawns on me.
You could just show them a buffering signal and they'd be satisfied with that.
There is nothing else I can do. I'm going to have to call Time Warner Cable.
Ooh.
And you know, no man wants to do this.
No, yeah.
Especially a manly man such as myself. It's so humiliating to have to dial that number. I look it up on my phone because I still have the internet on my 3G phone.
Right.
I have to use the internet in order to get the number in order to call the people about my broken internet.
Welcome to
What if I didn't
2012?
have that? So I call the number, and of course it's the automated. It's as if they were saying, "Hello, if you're not man enough to know how to fix your own internet, press 1." Boop.
Wow, that's
Press
direct.
1.
That's direct.
And then it's as if they're saying, "Hello, if you make a living off of the internet and you were so attached to it that you can't go a few seconds without it and you're a loser, press 1." Press 1 again. And at least someone answered the phone pretty quickly.
He wasn't really saying those things, though.
Some woman in India who said her name was Jane.
That it's short for something.
She was very friendly. She answers the phone. She says, "How may I help you?" I was like, "My modem is winking at me." I'm just trying to contain myself. That's how I felt. I was like, well, I've reset my modem multiple times. I'm installing a new router, but don't worry about that. I don't even have it plugged in, and I'm not getting the blinkety, blinkety, blinkety. I'm just getting the boop, boop, boop,
So you
boop.
gave her the full background.
And she said, "This does not sound good."
Ooh.
But then I knew that remotely she could do something to the router to check it. So she said, I'll do that thing remotely, and I'll check it and see how it is. Please hold. So then she says, after like 1 minute of waiting, she's like, "Okay, I can't see the modem. This is horrible news." My phone's ringing over here.
Is it Time Warner Cable?
No, it's not. It's Simon. We'll call him back.
Okay.
So anyway, she says, "I can't find your modem. This is bad news. I'm going to have to send a technician out to your location."
Oh, this is bad.
And I said, "Does that cost money?" She said, "No." I was like, "Oh, good news for once."
And
she
like
says,
immediately send a technician.
she
out.
said, "The earliest they can come out is 3 days from now."
"Oh me."
And I was so crushed inside that I could not speak. And I was just,
72 hours, huh?
and then I guess because I gave her silence, she was like, "Thank you for allowing me to serve you today. How has my customer experience been?" She's like saying the last thing.
I doubt she said that.
That's what she said. How is my
How is
something?
your customer
How has your
experience?
customer experience been or something? I wasn't even listening at that point. I was thinking 3 days. And she's asking about customer experience. I'm like, no, don't hang up. There's got to be something else you can do. I'm like begging the woman at this time. Just try it again.
Can you personally come from India?
There's got to be some way you can ping-a-ling ding ding this thing and just try one more time. She's like, "I have exhausted all of my options. The technician will be there in 3 days. How has my customer service been?" She kept asking that. Like,
did you tell her?
I was like, no, please don't go. It was like the first hour of
You
drug
didn't even
rehab
answer
or
her
something.
question?
I couldn't answer the question. I wanted solutions, not to give a survey.
Well, you could be like, "You've been great, but my life sucks right now." I mean, you could have said something like that.
So then she hangs up the phone, and I'm just sitting there in silence.
Is your family watching you? Your family like
Yeah.
cried it around like, "Dad."
My wife wasn't there, thank goodness, but the kids were behind me on the couch waiting to watch the movie.
Yeah, a lot of pressure on you.
And then I just remembered, well, I didn't remember anything. I wasn't thinking straight. I picked up the modem, and I just started hitting it. on, there's nothing else I could do.
Like giving it
It's like
CPR?
I was like literally hitting the thing and
Blowing into the back.
yeah, it was in the old televisions.
I think that could work. It worked on Nintendo cartridges.
They used to hit old televisions that had like the tube, and it would make them work.
Yeah.
So I thought that would make it work.
It didn't.
And then all of a sudden, I hear Lily go, "Dad?" And I turn around and look at her, and she's like, "Is everything okay?" And I'm like, "No! We've lost the internet for 3 days! What are we gonna do?" And then I turn around and I hit it against the entertainment system.
You're setting a great example.
I know. I'm sorry, children. I'm sorry. I want to apologize to all the children out there, including my own, for being such a bad example. But what can you do? What does this reveal about me? How can I go without the internet for 3 days? And then I put the kids in the bed without seeing a movie. I'm sorry. You're not going to get to watch the movie. I come back in there and I look, and it's working. The modem started working. And the internet was back.
You're kidding.
And my life was in order again. The darkness had subsided.
What about the buffering?
Celebrate with me. I am a great person.
I don't think that has anything to do with how great you are. Is the buffering gone?
Yes.
Is the technician still coming?
Yes, because I think it's the power supply or something. Or maybe they'll just give me a new modem. I don't know what it is, but he needs to fix it because that panic can't happen again.
Hey, don't tell him that you did all that stuff to the modem.
Hit it?
Yeah.
I just be like, it's kind of crapping out. It's working now, but it doesn't work most of the time. Just give me a new one.
Have you taken this modem, hit it against something like your entertainment center? Because I see a crack on it, and I see a dent in your entertainment center.
Don't ask my children anything, sir. Kids, go in the other room. Shh, be quiet, be
Well,
quiet.
I'm happy for you. I don't think it makes you a better person, but I'm happy for you.
It makes me a horrible person. I'm being facetious.
I'm proud of you, though.
I feel dark and indebted to this technology that I need to break free from, but I just can't do it. I'm an addict.
I'm proud of you for getting a new modem. I mean, a new router, though. You know. Whoa, you got a lot of pent up something. You just spun the heck out of the wheel of mythicality.
I'm still seething inside, but
Maybe
I'm
it'll-
trying to be happy because I know that everything's okay now.
Well, maybe
I keep telling myself,
your
you
day will be made and it'll land on one of the secret spots.
Okay. You still have the internet. Everything's gonna be okay.
What if that happened? What if it landed on one of the secret spots?
Please. I need this. I need this.
Nope. GMM's 30-year anniversary. So we're going to act like we've been doing this show for 30 years.
It's 12,042. What's the year?
Well, first of all,
2000 what?
I don't know why we talk like this.
Yeah.
Because we're only
gotten to be-
60-something years old. And
We're
apparently
Southern
we've,
gentlemen.
we've-
We turn into Southern gentlemen.
we've gotten old and we've transplanted back into the South.
Thank you for. I have no clue what year it is.
Oh, well, thanks
thank you for watching
joining
us.
Listen, hey,
We're
when
gonna
I talk,
at the same time.
when I talk, you don't talk. son.
You don't talk when I
How many
talk.
times have I had to listen? I'm so tired of you and your scheming games.
I'm gonna pick you up like a modem and slam you into my entertainment system.
I'm so happy, though, to tell you, I'm so glad that everything is wireless now. You know, remember back in the day?
We're talking about that now.
Yeah.
Wirelessness.
At least everything is wireless. Wireless electricity is my favorite thing. And the wireless, I got a wireless haircut the other day. Did I tell you about that?
No, you didn't. You scared the pudding out of me.